Whoa, what the heck am I doing? Greg, look straight
Watch
above
out,
you.
they're gonna kill you dead.
Greg, look at me.
Okay. Oh my god! Do, 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 do.
Dun 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 dun.
I vaulted too far.
Are you
Oh
stuck?
my god! Oh, I fell. I fell finally. that was fun while it lasted. So, the Division Beta has just about closed. They extended it another day today, otherwise it would be officially over. And in that time span, me personally has played it for about 17 hours, I think it said. So pretty much, I guess you could say I no-lifed it for that entire weekend. You know, you can say what you want, but I mean, I still got done the things I needed to get done over the weekend. With that being said, in my own personal experience in playing it for those however many hours, I had noticed, you know, not a significant amount, but a couple of things that are either bugs or just things with the game and the mechanics that, in my own personal opinion, I think should be top priority to be changed for the full release of the game in March. Now, I was going to make an entire sort of just Division Beta impressions video, but I just thought that that would be too generic, too overdone, you know, stuff like that, and I thought that I wasn't gonna bore you with the things that I liked about the game, because in the end, you know, the beta is about testing it, it's about making it better, it's about fixing the things that need to be fixed. So in this video, I'm going to do just that, and I'm going to go over the top 3 things in my own playtime that I think need to be fixed the most. Keep in mind that there are a lot of other, you know, I'm sure bugs and stuff like that in the beta that I'm not going to list because there's only 3 of them, but just like I said, this is my own personal list of things of my own play experience. So there are going to be things that you might have noticed that are not in there in here. So just put those in the comments below, you know, stuff like that, and let's get my list going. First of all, this is a ginormous bug. If I'm willing to bet that about, you know, all of you, if you've played the beta enough in the Dark Zone, have come across this. I would be pretty surprised if you didn't, and you're very fortunate if you didn't. Basically, what this glitch is I'm sure, or I'm hoping at least, that most of you know where I'm going with this, is that certain players randomly are able to turn invincible and invisible. So they are invisible to all other players on the map, whether you're in a team with them or not, and they are invincible to the computer AI. So the computer AI will shoot you, and it looks like you're taking damage, but if you look at your health, you're actually not. And this can last for, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 hours, you know, it's just randomly kicks on and off. To my understanding, I've been on both sides of this. I have had a time where I was not seen by my teammates, and I have definitely been shot by invisible people multiple times. And this is extremely, extremely aggravating when you really, you know, realize what the, you know, mechanics of the Dark Zone is, where you die and, you know, you lose your loot, you lose Dark Zone points, all that other stuff. And if you're getting shot by someone that's invisible and can't take damage, then you're basically getting screwed over by that person, and they are able to manipulate the system, get your loot, get a bunch of points, go rogue, survive, you know, and it's just extremely, extremely game breaking. And it's okay right now to have it in the beta because none of your gear and your stats and stuff like that really matter. However, in a full release, when, you know, that sort of stuff matters towards your own character, account, stuff like that, you know, that's when that really needs to get addressed. This is bad for multiple reasons. One being is that, you know, the obvious one where people can abuse the system, get loot and stuff like that. When it happened to me for the first time, I was still learning the map and stuff and thought I was getting sniped from some perch, you know, way off where, and I was moving behind cover and, you know, just kept taking damage and stuff. And, you know, as it happened later, I was on the ground, and me and then people with me just slowly started taking damage one by one, dying right away, and it was just the weirdest thing. So it is really bad because people can be total complete douchebags and manipulate that happening, but it's also really bad for people that don't know that they are invisible, because if you're playing by yourself, you're not going to know that you're invisible. I actually saw that happen and realized it on a live stream that I was watching yesterday, where a guy, he was just messing around in the dark zone. People were extracting. There was like 4 guys. Throws a frag grenade, goes rogue, starts shooting them, and he's noticing that he's killing all of them. And then the people that are standing are just scattering, running around, right next to him, shooting, nothing. And like they were just running away, and he's just standing there like, why aren't they shooting me? And then everybody, you start to realize it's like, I'm invisible and nobody sees me doing this. So this is a really bad glitch, in my opinion, and this is a top priority that needs to be fixed for the full release of the game. Secondly, these next 2 are not exactly bugs anymore. That was the only big bug that I noticed in the game. The other things were just, clipping through, things and stuff, weird, little bugs and glitches that you'd expect from a beta version of a game. These next 2 are more technical, more mechanic related, that I want to see changed in some way. The second thing that I want to see changed and altered is the rogue system in the Dark Zone. Now, the rogue system, I like it as a whole, and I don't want it to go away. I just want it to be changed a little bit. For the most part, this is just because of the registration and understanding of who is rogue and who is shooting who. And it's a little buggy, it's a little bit broken. There have been many times where I'm clearly getting shot at first, and I basically have 2 options. I either stand out in the open, take more damage to where I'm about half health, and pretty much have no chance in the fight to survive, or I can retaliate, shoot back, and then go rogue myself. And going rogue immediately turns you into a target, even if you're, with other people. There was one instance in particular that I want to use as an example. It was me, the 2 other people I was with, and then there were a couple of randoms, and we were all fighting these guys that were on top of this roof, and they started shooting at us. We started taking damage. They shot, through some grenades, but none of the damage really did enough to administer them as rogue, and they didn't go rogue even though they were clearly trying to kill us. And then so me or one other, members of my team, saw a shot opportunity, put 3 bullets in a guy's head, and then our group went rogue. Then all of a sudden the guys that were attacking us and then the guys that were helping us, the randoms, started killing us too, and then we all started to die. So it's just a little needs tweaking in understanding who is rogue. I do understand coding a little bit, not to the extreme amount of degree that I'm sure goes into a game like this, and computing AI and getting them to understand, register, and it's all technical and stuff like that. So I can't really see, because a reason, a way to sort of get around something like this is to, I have the game understand who is rogue, unless this happens, because you can accidentally shoot somebody. I understand that this can happen, but I'm just saying there are clear times where I'm getting attacked. The enemy does not turn rogue. I fight back, turn rogue, and then die because I'm rogue, not because, I die normally because I was being attacked. There's one other thing with the rogue system that I don't really like, and that is when you get close to somebody, whether they're rogue 1 or rogue 4 or, whatever, except for when they're a manhunt, I think. But basically what that is that once you get into a certain distance from them, you can start to see them through walls, and you can start to see them move and where they are. And it's not like Call of Duty or something where you can just instantly melt somebody. I understand that. However, I don't like the idea of seeing through walls. Now, this was a problem in, I think, Obliteration and Capture the Flag in Battlefield 4. And what they did to counteract this sort of quote-unquote wall hacking was just like UAV in Call of Duty that would scan and then update the locations of the enemies. It would do that with the bomb in Obliteration every 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It would come over and scan like it does on the map, but it would do that on the screen. So the location of the rogue agent would then update. It wouldn't constantly move. So I feel like if you're not in a clear line of sight with whoever is rogue, their position should just update over time. And so it makes it a little bit easier for people to get away. I mean, it's kind of easy to get away as rogues sometimes, especially when you're with friends. Like, I've stayed alive for hours going rogue multiple times just because I've had a big group to protect me and us to have each other's back. But there are many times where just the rogue system lets you down. So I do really like the rogue system because you can't, just randomly up and kill people. However, there are some things about it that I want to see changed in ways just to tweak it a little bit. The third and final thing that I want to see changed in the Division, this is purely speculation and worrying, and that is about the content in the game. Personally, for me, if the Dark Zone that we got in the beta is the same exact thing as the Dark Zone in the game, just in a smaller location, I think that the Dark Zone will be completely underwhelming. I mean, after just a couple days of playing the Dark Zone, I mean, to my understanding, this is what the end game is going to be, because that's where the best stuff is. I just don't see it being able to, keep people entertained for very... Oh God, voice crack! Oh my God, for very long, because the way that they could counteract this is just, adding. I was thinking just, have its own missions. You get a notification like, oh, so and so is in this area, and then you're able to go into a building you wouldn't normally be able to go in, and then you have a whole 15-minute mission or something of, this and that. And the game could have stuff like this. I just could just be, speaking out of my mind without doing that much research and stuff about it. But if it's just randomly up and coming with finding AI where they literally sometimes spawn right in front of your face, and then coming across just other PvP players, I can just see it getting old pretty fast and not being very dense. The same thing goes with the stuff outside of the Dark Zone. Now, we did get one mission, and I think that if all the missions were like that and it had a decent story to carry it along with some characters, then I think that it could be a very entertaining story with the universe that a game is set in. But the open world and these side missions that we got were not really up to par, in my opinion. There were about 4 of them, maybe 4 or 5, and all of them were just really bad when it comes down to it. It would just be like, run into this area and shoot these 5 guys, and then boom, you're done. There were 2 missions where you would literally run, you would set a waypoint on something where the mission is, you think, and then you'd go up there, press square to talk, and then boom, here's some XP, you just completed a mission. And that is horrible. You just ran there, and then that's the mission. Like, that is just probably the worst mission. It's not even a mission. I just didn't understand why that would be a thing. So I'm hoping that this is just because it's a beta and they were just testing and they didn't want to give anything away, and there's a lot more content, there's a lot more density, there's not a lot more enemy variation and stuff like that. But so this is just purely speculation. If this is all we're getting, and that's what the side missions are like, and that's what the Dark Zone is like, and it's just bigger, that's what makes me worried, because I don't think that will happen. But if it does, then I don't know, as much as I really, really, really loved playing this game, I just can't see myself doing a ton with it.
In Camp Hudson? Yeah, there is.
That's all we had to do? Really?
Really?
You could just
You
fast
talk to
travel.
some hoe and that's all that happens?
We just walked
Yeah.
here, that was the mission.
Oh my god. You need your daily exercise. You can walk here and we'll give you some XP. Oh my god. Really, game? Is this really what the full game is? We're running Simulator 2016.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not looking so bright here, Ubisoft. Ubisoft, whatever.
It's that, and then the
Yeah.
Darkness Zone, where it's literally just walk around, and then if you see people, shoot them. If not, oh well. Just do
Oh
whatever,
well,
mate.
you're gonna get shot anyway.
Just do
And
whatever,
just
mate.
lose your XP slowly.
So I am hoping that there are, multiplayer activities where you in a group, or like a raid type of thing, or the Dark Zone becomes deeper, there's more things to do, more variation in the encounters and stuff like that. So that wraps it up for the top 3 things on my own personal list that I want to see changed in The Division for when it comes out on March 8th. Make sure to let me know down below some things that you encountered, some things that you want to get changed. You agree with this list? You disagree? Tell me down below. If you enjoy this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends so that people can know about that glitch if you didn't know about it. Yeah, shameless advertisement aside, thank you guys very much for washing. Yeah, thank you very much for washing my laundry. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, I will see you guys in the dark zone.